All right, so this is a little bit of an introductory or guidance on how you're going to create your walking trail as part of your assignment for the Active for Life course. Remember, you're supposed to make a trail or a walking route or a running route that will be about 2 to 3 miles in length, and that could even be 2 to 3 miles of getting to a destination and back to your home or wherever it is you decide to make your route. So if you go to the link that we provided on Google Classroom or in your assignment page, it'll bring you to a page that looks just like this called Walking Maps. You can also do this by typing in Google Walking Maps, and that will bring you to the destination that you see here. All right, so from here, I want to click on the 3 lines here on the left, okay, and that will pop up this little screen here. I'm going to create a new map today. And once that loads, okay, you have this thing on the left that says Untitled Map. Well, I want to call this my walking route for Active for Life, right? Okay, and then I can add a description, say where it's going to be. Maybe it's in Pennacook, New Hampshire, for instance. All right, whatever you want to describe it as, whatever you want to name it as long as it's appropriate for what we're looking for. And then I want to go down here where it says Untitled Layer. I want to rename this layer because I might make multiple layers. So a layer essentially is your map itself, your route itself. All right, so I'm going to call this MVHS because I'm just going to make a mapping route around Merrimack Valley High School. And in order for me to do that now, I want to go somewhere much more closely. So I'm going to go to the search bar. And instead of seeing the map of the United States, I'm going to click on Merrimack Valley High School, which we are located on Community Drive in Concord, New Hampshire. And voila, that brings me to a satellite view of Merrimack Valley High School. All right, and I will close out that bar there. So here you see the high school, the middle school, all right, and the streets surrounding us. All right, if we should kind of zoom out a little bit, right, by clicking the bottom right here with the minus button or the plus button. All right, we want to zoom out a little bit because we want to actually see where we're able to walk to if we go down the street here. All right, so this is an above hybrid view of what the map should look like or what the map's going to look like in your map that you're going to route it through here. So if you click on this little 3-dot thing here with lines attached to it, it's called Draw a Line. Okay, click on that. Okay, and you're going to go to Add Walking Route. All right, so click on Add Walking Route. Okay, from here, you are going to click on where you're going to start. All right, so that will bring up the letter A. You can see that it's underneath this green location dot. All right, so I'm going to drag my cursor down. All right, see that blue line? That is following me where I decide I want to walk. Now, it's not necessarily giving me my distance right now. It will tell me my distance as I go along when I stop and try to see what my distance is. So I'm going to travel myself down to Community Drive. I'm going to click on the corner of the road that I am stopping, right? And then I want to come back to downtown Pennacook, right where the traffic circle would be. Okay, I'm going to click on that. See how that white dot popped up? And then I want to continue to travel down Fisherville Road or Village Street, depending on which part of the road you're on. Okay, from here, all right, I'm going to click on the next road that I can potentially get to. Boom, right there. Right, that will be the entrance to the high school there. This is where the bus barn would be located. Okay, and then I'm going to walk myself back to Merrimack Valley High School to the front lobby. Okay, so that will give me a route of where I'm going to walk. Now, another option you could potentially do is just type in a second location. So, for instance, if I wanted to walk from Merrimack Valley to Chief's Place, for instance, which is listed here on the map, right? After I clicked on my first button for my destination A, right, I could simply go up here, type in Chief's Place, right? It pops up and I can click on that and it will actually automatically bring me a walking route to get to Chief's Place. All right. It may be the shortest route. It might give you a longer route depending on traffic flow and sidewalks. Because Google Earth and Google Maps are actually very good at understanding when there's a sidewalk for walking and when there isn't, when it's appropriate to walk on a road and where it may not be. You can do the same thing for trails as well. If the trails are listed and mapped out, you can go into a trail and Google Earth will help you do that as well. You can also change the view here if you'd like to. So some people don't like this hybrid view of the map. Some people would rather have a satellite view. So if you go to base map here on the left side, all right, satellite view, all right, and then there is a terrain view, so it will tell you how hilly it is, if there's mountains or hills or anything like that, okay? And then there's a lot of different options here. So some people like different ones for different reasons, right? I actually do prefer the satellite view. And that, as you see, is going to change the landscape of this particular map. Okay, now you actually see the structures, you see the parks, you see the buildings. Okay, and if you zoomed in more and more, you would actually see the structures themselves. Okay, you can actually get much closer to see what everything looked like. It is a lot harder to map out your route the more zoomed in you go. On the flip side, it's also very hard to map out specifically where you want to go if you are zoomed out in a large distance. So you want to be somewhere where you can see the entire perimeter of what it is you're trying to map out. Okay, so somewhere in between this and maybe the next view here. Okay, so when you're done with that, you're going to go. Actually, look at that. It changed things on us. So I actually want to rename this one. This one's actually going to be my MVHS route. Right, because I added the walking route, it actually created two of them for me. So I can now go in and delete this route. All right, I no longer need that one. All right. Now, when I'm going to share this on Google Classroom, all right, or in my assignment, I can simply click on the three buttons here, and I can go to step-by-step directions. All right, or I can share with this button here, okay, and you can potentially copy the link and post that into the assignment page, okay? Either of those are perfectly fine for what we're looking for in class, all right? But if you click on these three buttons here, all right, it will show you how to export it or embed on your website, okay, or to open a map itself. All right, if I look at the open a map button, when it eventually loads, okay, it's going to show me I can click on, these are all the other ones that I made already. All right, I'm going to click on this one here, walking route for Active for Life. Click on select. And now I have a 3D map of my particular route, okay? And once again, just like everything else, I can still copy the map. I can embed it on my site or export to KML, KMZ, okay? Either of those are perfectly fine, right? And then you can copy that onto your page. You just want to make sure when you click on that for the assignment, you're clicking on something that actually shows up on your assignment page, all right? Whether it's a Google Doc or however myself or one of your other teachers are going to have you embed that onto a document for your assignment, okay? So if you have any questions, certainly reach out to us, but that should be our pretty straightforward assignment on how to create your own map. Some other options are using Map My Fitness if you already have that on your phone, or if you have another GPS type app, if you have a smartwatch or an iPhone or any smartphone for that matter, will also have something of that feature where you can just upload that to your Google Drive. All right, so have fun with this, get creative. It doesn't have to be something right at your home. It can be somewhere that you like to travel. But keep in mind, this is going to be part of your assignment. You will have to actually walk this route periodically throughout the class. So try to make it something that's a little fun and exciting. You can create multiple routes so that you can do a different walk every day that you're home, whether it's distant learning or remote learning. All right. But we still want to make sure we have options so we can make things a little bit more exciting. If you can find somewhere that has a nice view or trails or anything of that nature, if it's a cool destination that you're going to go fishing or something like that at the end of it, that'd be really neat to explore as well. So I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, please absolutely let us know.